Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching. My name is whatever it is below. I change it all the time, but this channel mainly focuses on making reviews on anime, manga, Marvel, DC content. In this video, if you haven't read the title, is about the newest chapter, One Piece chapter 1058. Now, I'm mainly going to be talking about the new bounties we saw and what this means for the world. What this means going into the future, because some bounties are very significant and others not really. I'm going to skim over the less important ones, but I'll still mention them just because each one is still interesting. My favorite one is the Sanji one. I'll say that one soon, but I'm going to be looking at my phone on this one while I'm scrolling through this. The first bounty we see is Chopper's. Actually, he has a new bounty of 1,000, so it's much better than 100, but still pretty much a joke. A lot of people thought that joke would finally end this time, but I'm confident that joke is going to just run through the whole series. We're never going to see a serious bounty from Chopper, and that's kind of funny. But you know, I really don't care much for Chopper like that. For the Chopper fans, I'm sorry, man. I really am. Not really, but the next bounty would be Nami. She went to 366 million berries. I don't remember what her previous bounty. I think it was like 70 million. I really don't remember. It may have been 100 something million. But that's not. It's a decent bounty. It's higher than Luffy's bounty during Water 7. So wow, she's at that level now. At least when it comes to being a threat. Same with Brook. He went to 383 million berries. Frankie's bounty went to 394 million berries. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Frankie's a bit higher. He should have been at least like 400 million, maybe even 500 million, but his bounty is generally around the same as Chopper and Nami and Brook. Which makes you think, I guess, that it's kind of like they're the lower commanders, the captains of the crew. They're not as much as a threat as the higher ones. Usopp, though, I'm really happy because Usopp, you know, it's just really cool to see Usopp with an actual pretty threatening bounty. 500 million. He's half a billion. A half a billion man. That's real cool to see. Now this is going to be a more important bounty, Nico Robins, because a lot of people, including myself, we're guessing that she's probably gonna go over 1 billion, because now at this point, Luffy has how many poneglyphs? Like 3. As he's getting close to getting all the poneglyphs, where he'll be able to go to Laugh Tale or Raft Tail and become the Pirate King, and that's a big threat. And the world government know that Nico Robin's on that crew. That's why I forgot they sent the world government. I forgot the government name, but they sent some agents to take her out or to at least capture her. So that doesn't happen, but they were unsuccessful. So I thought they would raise her bounty to 1 billion to put more like she's an actually very important figure in the world right now. She needs to be taken out. But 930 million berries is a bit lower than I thought. I really did think she was going to go to like a billion, but it's close. Now, these bounties, the three, the monster trio, I guess, or the monster quadruple, I don't know. I don't know the number. You have Sanji, who went to 1,032 million berries. I'm really happy, because Sanji is like one of my favorite characters in the manga. It's Sanji and Law. Those are like my 2 favorite characters. But, I'm happy he just got over 1 billion. Because if he was under 1 billion, I would have been a little irritated. Like, he fought a commander on Kaido's crew and won. He deserves to be 1 billion. And he also gained a lot of new powers that I honestly don't think the world government is aware of. So he could be a bit higher. Who knows? But the fact him beating commander is good enough to get 1 billion berry. Though I think Queen, the one he beat, I thought Queen had like a 1.1 billion bounty. I thought. I could be wrong. I don't even know if there was ever a number put out for him, but I thought he would at least be 1.1. But happy for him. He deserves it. But again, all the bounties I've been saying right now, I've been talking about are all significant. They're not significant. They're not really that important. It just shows that they're bigger threats. Same with Zoro. He went to 1.1 billion berries, and I like the interaction between Sanji and Zoro because it started a real cool fight. Because now Zoro has a higher bounty than Sanji, which is accurate. Like, I like Sanji, but the standard narrative between a lot of the pirates on the crew is that Zoro is a little stronger. It's always been seen like that. Zoro's just a bit stronger than Sanji, while Sanji's a bit more gifted. He's just a gifted fighter. The most surprising bounty, in my opinion, among the Straw Hats, besides the Luffy's, was probably Jinbei. Jinbei's, again, from what a few other YouTubers said, he's an already established pirate. He's been doing this for a while. So whatever threat he could pose more is already kind of established. Like, he may jump a little, but like he'll be higher than Frankie and Usopp. And that's about it. And sorry, if you just noticed that light just turned off, it died. That's great. But what I'm saying is I assume Jinbei will go up to like 600 million, maybe 700 million. I did not expect him to have the same bounty as Zoro. So that means he still has ways of improving and getting stronger. But I would say at this point, that's it. I don't see him getting higher. I see Zoro and Sanji getting higher, but Jinbei maybe slightly getting a little bit more higher. But like, there's not much I've seen from Jinbei that I already haven't seen before. So I think this would be his most significant bounty up increase. But we're done with those. This is the more important bounties, in my opinion, and that will be the Cross Guild with Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. Buggy, from what we learned from the last chapter, a few chapters ago, he became an emperor with Luffy and Shanks and Blackbeard, which was a big surprise. And you don't know how he does it until you find out later that he's in a cross guild with Mihawk and Crocodile. So now you're wondering, so wow, they let him lead. And then you find out that's not even the case. He just pretty much put out some misinformation and made it look like he's the leader, when really it's just an alliance between the three, which is very surprising. And the highest bounty there would really be Mihawk, who has a huge bounty of 3.5 billion. 500 berries bigger than Luffy. What's surprising about this is his bounty is higher than Buggy, but he's not considered the leader or the emperor, which is, it's just funny to me. And throughout his whole history, from what we know of, he's never went out of his way to try and get a crew. He's always chosen the more relaxed route. So the fact that without no history of being a standard pirate, just being a warlord, and he's immediately given a 3.5 billion bounty is pretty impressive, in my opinion. I would go as far to say that Mihawk is really the actual fourth emperor in those four. He has the power, he has the intelligence, and he just has the experience. I think at some point it may change in the future, but Mihawk is the real secret fourth emperor, in my opinion. I would even go as far to say is if Mihawk was not a part of that cross guild and it was any other pirate and he still had Crocodile, Buggy would not be the emperor. He wouldn't have enough power to be considered an emperor. If it was anyone else, he wouldn't be the emperor. That's how much of a threat Mihawk poses to the world government. And I really like that. I honestly thought 3.5 billion was smaller than I thought. I thought he would have had a 4 billion bounty because he's basically considered in the same tier as Shanks. So I thought he'd be a bit higher. But then I also remembered it's not just your power and your strength as a Yonko. It's also your crew. And he never had a crew until now. So that's probably why he has a 3.5 billion bounty. But I thought that was really, really interesting. Definitely the Shadow Emperor, I guess. The Secret Emperor. Crocodile, I'm really happy for Crocodile because Crocodile was one of my favorite villains before the time skip. 1.9 billion bounty. That may confuse some people because if you're not really experienced with Crocodile, like how does the bounty increase so much when we haven't seen much of them? I mean, what I like about One Piece is that every character, not just the protagonist, gets stronger, and it's not just your strength, but also your devil fruit and how smart you are. At the end of the day, Crocodile has a very dangerous devil fruit. When most islands in the Grand Line do have sand, so he's always going to be a threat. And not just that, but he takes away moisture. His fruit is just dangerous overall, and he's already a very smart thinker. So I'm not surprised at this point. And he also most likely has Haki. 1.9 billion bounties is well deserved. It makes you wonder when he got this bounty, because if he's already had this bounty, that means he had a higher bounty than Luffy before that change. If not, and he just recently got it, then that's not the case. But that was it. That was my thoughts on Mihawk and Crocodile. I think Crocodile's bounty is deserved. I think Mihawk maybe could have a little higher bounty, but this was a good chapter. I've been waiting for these new bounties to come out for a bit. But that would be it. Yeah.